Our next entrepreneur is Rachel Lowe, and she had her business idea while working as a taxi driver to pay her way through university. She's looking for £75,000, but she has to get at least that, or she goes away with nothing.
My name is Rachel Lowe, and I'm the Managing Director of RTL Games Limited. I'm pitching for £75,000, and this is my first product. Destination London, being launched this year at Hamleys of London. The Portsmouth edition is being launched at Cascade Shopping Centre in Portsmouth. Now, I came up with the idea for this game whilst working as a taxi driver in Portsmouth to pay my way through my university law degree at the University of Portsmouth. I then spent several months researching the industry, and I found a huge gap in the market. Tourism. 30 million tourists go through London every year, and it doubles up as a perfect souvenir of the city. The players' pieces are miniature London taxis. The destinations on the board are all famous tourist attractions, and the idea of the game is that you have to earn as much money in a shift as possible. Further investment will mean that I can get future additions to market, which include Destination New York, Destination Paris, in fact, any capital city of any country. It really is a fantastic investment opportunity. Thank you for listening.
Rachel is looking for £75,000 in exchange for a 30% stake in her company. With her finished sample and her promise of a launch at Hamleys' toy store, she seems confident. But will she persuade the Dragons to part with their money?
Can I have a look at the board?
Of course, yeah.
How do you play it?
You all start at the rank, and the idea of the game is you have to get to as many destinations as you can.
Can I go in any direction I want once I've thrown the dice?
Yeah, you can.
So, if I got a 3 and I go to this traffic light, I've done
It means that you pick up a traffic light card, and then you follow the instructions on the card. That's the kind of thing it'll be.
You have been caught doing 30 miles per hour, pay a £60 fine, and you will receive 3 points on your licence. So, in this game then, if I get 12 points, do I lose my licence?
You do, and you have to buy it back for a fee.
And it's an enjoyable game?
Yes, it's good fun. And it does work. It's been tried many times.
Rachel's working hard to interest the Dragons in her board game, but a good product is only part of the package. Doug Richard wants to know about her marketing campaign, and in particular, her launch at the best-known toy store in Britain.
Tell me about your Hamleys relationship. What exactly have you agreed with Hamleys?
Hamleys are going to launch this product. I mean, they're the most established toy store.
You can assume I know who Hamleys is.
OK. They're going to launch this product. And
what does that mean? I mean, they could launch the product by, for example, putting a table in the front of the store and stacking it high. That's a launch.
A high-profile launch. I'll have some celebrities there with, celebrities that have got children.
You're going to pay the celebrities or organise the celebrities to come to Hamleys?
No, organise the celebrities to come to Hamleys.
Right. What are Hamleys actually doing off their own back with their own money in their own time?
Well, all they will do is they will organise the press and the media to be there. What I will do is I will make sure that I've got enough promotional material outside.
What you mean is that Hamleys will tell the press there's going to be a launch, and the press will decide whether or not to turn up. And even if they do turn up, then the newspaper will decide whether or not they want to print it. So you might get nothing out of it.
Press-wise?
Press-wise?
Possibly.
It's not going well. Rachel was pinning her hopes on her Hamleys launch, but the Dragons are sceptical. They aren't convinced that a celebrity-endorsed board game will guarantee her any publicity at all. Rachel Elnor needs convincing on other matters.
Rachel, how many units of Monopoly are sold a year?
700,000.
Across the world or in
the UK alone.
Isn't that a pretty big competitor? If I was looking for a board game which is a souvenir of London, aren't you up against a massive competitor there because it's the biggest?
Well, Monopoly is the most established board game, but what I've got to do is get a distributor that will give me the same presence within the marketplace that Monopoly has. This will sell. Any
distributors don't give you market presence, and you have to have a sales force to persuade the retailer to tell the distributor to send it. A distributor is a place where stuff is held. So you misunderstand the role of the distributor in the marketplace. They don't push products into market. They don't have the net profits to do it.
But Hasbro is the market's leading distributor, and if they have a product that is in Woolworths, then they advertise it, and that is why they're the market's leading distributor.
Do you know how many new games are introduced every year?
How many new games?
Yes, board games.
In the UK market, I think there's about 20 each year being introduced.
And what percentage of them last more than a year?
I don't know that.
Okay.
Rachel's struggling to answer the questions, and under the scrutiny of the Dragons, she's starting to look unprepared. She desperately needs £75,000 of investment. Simon Woodruff has made his decision.
Rachel, I think it's brilliant what you're doing. So I think you're going to do well with it, but it's not an investment yet.
Okay.
Rachel has lost the interest of Simon Woodruff, who's not prepared to gamble on her lack of experience. He's the first dragon out, but Peter Jones has similar concerns.
Rachel?
Hello there.
From my perspective, I think that the gaming market, we all know, is very competitive. And I think what you're trying to do, I think, is very inventive. But the level of experience that you've got in running a business is obviously of a major concern. I don't actually want to invest in somebody that actually is going to go through that learning experience, because there's going to be so many and too many pitfalls.
Okay.
So on that basis, I'm not going to invest in the business.
Rachel has also lost the confidence of Peter Jones. So Rachel Elnor, Doug Richard and Duncan Bannatyne are the only dragons left. Although Doug Richard has already spotted some major flaws in Rachel's business, he hasn't finished with her yet.
So what's your fiscal year? When does your year start as a company? You are a company, right?
I'm a company, yes.
You're
Yeah.
a limited company.
Yeah.
So
I've been set up limited since November.
how much money do you intend to create? How much revenue do you intend to take in the first year?
In the first year, 200,000.
Okay. Will you make any money on that, or will you lose money on that?
Make money.
So what is your estimated profit at the end of the first year? Loosely speaking, I'm just trying to get a feel for it.
Doug Richard is the last person any entrepreneur would want to face if they didn't know their figures, and Rachel seems to be out of her depth. If she can't give convincing answers, she's going to lose him. The pressure is on.
If 30,000 units are sold within 1 year, the net profit on that is 190,000.
No, the gross profit on it might be 190,000, but the net profit certainly is not.
Well, I was
Scrutiny.
working out the difference between £8.50 and the
Oh, so you were working out the gross
£2.70.
profit.
Okay, well, I'm probably
Okay.
I misunderstood.
I'm interested in your net profit. I'm interested in whether the company, after running its overheads and your salary and everything else, ends up with a profit at the end of the first year. And the answer is?
Okay, the estimated profit on that is approximately 180,000 for the first year.
Okay. You've just lost me completely, my interest. We can't even have a basic business discussion. It is entirely impossible for you to have a £190,000 net profit on £255,000 of sales after we've just gone through a discussion that your costs are greater than that.
To have all of these figures in my head,
It is not a matter of precision of numbers. You know, I don't care if you're even close, but you don't have in your head a sense of it. I'm out.
okay.
Rachel has been torn apart by Doug Richard, and her confidence is vanishing fast. She still needs to raise the full £75,000 she came for, but just 2 dragons remain, Duncan Bannatyne and Rachel Elnor. Her chances of winning them over look slim.
I'm amazed, actually, that you could not know the difference between gross profit and net profit.
No, I do know the difference. I just got confused with the question because I didn't have my figures in front of me, that's all.
Not from a sheet of paper, you should learn it. I think you probably regret not having done that today, but that's a learning curve, so I hope you've learned something and you've learned enough to continue. So I'm out as well.
Thank you.
Duncan Bannatyne has also been put off by Rachel's shaky grasp of the figures. With him out, the only dragon left is Rachel Elnor.
It doesn't seem like you've prepared very well to come in front of us today. It really isn't an investment for me. I'm afraid I wouldn't back you.
It's the end of the road for Rachel. She's leaving the Dragon's Den with nothing. When it came down to it, it was Rachel's pitch and not her board game that cost her the investment.
She just seemed too nice and just be eaten alive in business.
Just the investment.